industry, parties can't conduct transactions without considering various laws and contractual agreements. At GeekyAnts, we ensure that we have documentation with the client at every stage. This fosters a mutual relationship and a defined understanding between the parties. We have standardized and streamlined business-related agreements such as the Master Service Agreement, the Non-Disclosure Agreement, the Statement of Work, among others. Firstly, we sign a non-disclosure agreement or an NDA with the potential client, which is a legally binding agreement that protects the confidential information that is exchanged between the parties. An NDA specifically focuses on an individual or a company's information as opposed to business-related agreements such as the Master Service Agreement, which focuses on the terms and conditions of service. Having an NDA signed can lend trust in the stage of negotiations and also deter intellectual property theft. Confidential information is further disclosed only to the authorized personnel who need to know such confidential information. These personnel may include the employees, contractors, consultants of GeekyAnts. We also ensure that we have confidentiality terms that are similar to the ones that are signed with the client. We are an ISO 27001 compliant organization, which is a globally recognized standards which aligns with information security practices.
After the non-disclosure agreement is signed with the client and the project scope and fees are discussed and decided, parties proceed to sign the Master Service Agreement, which we call it as MSA in short. Once the MSA is signed, it becomes a legally binding agreement. This type of agreement lists the services that the service provider will be performing for the client and details the time frame and compensation for the project. It also includes the rights and requirements of both the parties as well as their liabilities. The structure of the MSA includes name and addresses of both the parties for identification purpose. The nature of services are listed in a concise manner. Method of changes to SOW is laid out in the MSA. In working days and hours are stated. Ownership of intellectual property rights are included in order to protect the rights of the client on the product that the service provider will be developing for the client. Confidentiality terms are included to prevent unauthorized disclosure of confidential information of both the parties. Last but not the least, there is a dispute resolution clause which is added for amicable settlement of disputes between the parties. We are an ISO 9001 compliant organization, which is a globally recognized standard that aligns with quality management systems. We are also an ISO 20000 compliant organization that is in line with quality IT service management.